Happy New Year. Looking into January, are we starting off with some textbook weather madness? I'm looking at this ridge that's up across Greenland. To me, this looks so ominous. It's textbook blocking negative North Atlantic oscillation. This puts cold into the east, but you've got some things upstream that are messing with it. And first, it's this trough that's across the west. It's going to be a good thing, though. It's going to bring some colder weather with a little bit more snow across the west, I think, as we start Tuesday into Wednesday, looking pretty far out, but the ridge holds. It's textbook. And to me, I think the models are underdoing the cold. And now you open up the door for what I think becomes more active southwest to northeast type storms as we head into January. Is it going to be madness? I truly believe it will be on the forecasting side of things because it's already kind of a weird setup. Here's where temperatures are going to be over the next couple of days. Below average as we head into today, into the northeast. Above average still across the west. We're going to see this warmth start to expand as we head through the week, especially as we head toward Friday into Saturday. That warm weather starts to work into the Midwest, but look where it stays cold. The northeast, warm across the west. No big changes here. We're going to quickly go through the country, look at the weather right now. We're going to take a look at the surface map, where the snow is going to be, where the rain's headed, and what you can expect in the week ahead. So find yourself on this map. We're not going to dig into exactly region by region, so follow along. We've got some snow moving through the Great Lakes. Some of this could be heavy, especially downwind of the Great Lakes. We're also watching a clipper system that's going to bring some snow into the Appalachians. It could be heavy into parts of West Virginia, western Maryland, where there are winter storm warnings up for that snow. Also, lake effect snow warnings. Our next system starts to plow into the west. That's going to bring some heavy rain, some heavy snow. Above 6,000 feet, you can expect about a foot of snow into the Sierra. Once you get over 7,000 feet, we're talking about maybe more than a foot to 2 feet of snow. So impressive snow totals once you get high up. Not a lot of snow starting off this season across the west, so certainly some good news. And notice how this starts to build now into Colorado, into Utah. So another chance for some snow in areas where we've not seen nearly as much. Let's back this up. I don't want to glaze over what's happening here into the northeast. Winter storm watch is also into down east Maine, where we're going to probably get some decent snow out of this, some snow into Ontario too. This is going to continue to drop off to the south and east. Along this front, late tonight into early tomorrow morning, there could be a quick burst of snow for the cities, Boston, New York, down to New Jersey, into Philly. As the front goes through, behind it, the heaviest snow will be going in the upwind areas, in the upslope areas of the Appalachians. Once you get that downsloping flow, everything starts to dry out. Again, across the west, we've got that next storm moving in, which we've talked about. And as this low wraps up right here along the coast, there could be some heavy snow for down east Maine, into New Brunswick, up into eastern Canada as this low really gets cranking. And behind it, you can see the flow out of the northwest across the west. A decent ridge kind of stuck out here. We're going to continue, but I do want to say thank you to all the subscribers, and we're going to talk about what's happening, I think, in the week ahead. But thank you guys. Over the last year, almost 25,000 new subscribers this year. Thank you guys so much for helping the channel. If you're new, you're on the edge, you're looking for a weather source, I hope you'll subscribe, come back. If you're brand new, thanks for watching. I'm Travis. I used to work in TV many years ago as a chief meteorologist. I did it as my profession for many years. I've been out of that business for a long time. So come back. Let's geek out on this weather together. All right, that's my pitch today. And I do want to say thank you. And again, Happy New Year to everybody out there. This is where things get interesting. Watch this system that's sliding across the south heading into Friday. On the northern side of this, there could be a bit of a wintry mix. I don't know about Tennessee and Kentucky, but watch southern West Virginia, parts of Virginia, maybe a little bit of ice. We'll keep the lake effect going here with this westerly flow here into New York, Pennsylvania, and then across the west. Another system starts to build in as we head into Sunday and Monday. So lower snow levels, more rain and snow, big wind too, by the way, into the Sierra. At the peaks, winds could gust up to 100 miles per hour. Really impressive. Not as much snow up in British Columbia as we've seen in December as we head into the first week of January, but there are precipitation chances across the west. Now we're getting pretty far out. We're looking a week from today. Will it look like this? Probably not. We've got a shortwave trough swinging through the Great Lakes. That could bring some unsettled weather here into the northeast. But I want to show you this warmth that I do believe is going to be ahead as we head into January. I think it's going to be up and down. You're going to get a little warm. The European from today has been, this isn't much different. Think about it, guys, how warm it's been across this part of the country this year and your trough in the east. However, remember that blocking pattern that I showed you back here up across Greenland. Okay, if you have the block here, anything that's moving in the westerlies is not going to want to progressively move. It's going to want to dig a little bit more. So I don't know. The models may be underdoing what's showing up here. So let's watch this time frame. This may put some much needed precipitation back into the central U.S., where it's been quite dry for some time. We're looking again, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th at this point. We're looking for storm pattern, and we're starting to see more of this type setup. Does it blow towards the East Coast? Possibly so with this type of setup. Does it put snow and cold into the Central Plains, into Texas? This could be maybe your sign of what you've been waiting for. Still a long way to go. If you're waiting on winter, I don't know if you are. I don't take sides on winter weather because, I mean, honestly, it's probably not going to be snowing in my backyard. Some people get really hung up on the snow in their backyard, and if you get excited about it, I've seen winter cause big problems, and some folks love it. There's a side to every coin, right? Is your glass half full? I might go skiing later this afternoon. Maybe it's half full. Okay. Snow in the mountains of West Virginia, PA, up into New York. Some of this could be heavy. A couple of feet on top of what we've already seen through the weekend. What we're not seeing, big widespread snow across the south. This would take you all the way through next Tuesday. Let's back you west, and we'll take our way across the country with snow totals. Not much across southern Canada. We do have this clipper that's going to bring a little bit of light snow across the prairies down into Minnesota. And then some more snow back across the Rockies. Again, this is going to be pretty high into the Sierra, but into the Rockies, some of this moisture tries to work into the Wasatch, the San Juans, into a good part of at least the Colorado Rockies, further north into Wyoming, Idaho. There is some snow in the forecast, and it's a little bit wetter of a pattern compared to maybe what we've seen in December. And let's quickly go through these temperatures. This is where we're going to end up as we head into this afternoon. Cold into the Northeast, cold across the Great Lakes into the upper Midwest. And we're going to reinforce that cold across the upper Midwest with temperatures dropping. Highs tomorrow in the single digits in Milwaukee, Green Bay, up to Marquette, cold. And that chilly air rushes east into Columbus, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. Cold weather as we start the new year. Warm across the south, 70s across Louisiana. We may push 80 for places like Texarkana into Houston. I don't know if it's going to get quite that warm. But either way, heading into next week, not a lot of change. We do bring some warmth, though, a little bit further to the north as we head into Monday, the 5th, also Tuesday, the 6th. Some of that warm air squeezes north ahead of our front, and then the pattern's still cold, I think, across a lot of the Northeast. Across the plains today, pretty warm. Overnight lows dropping back into the 40s across Texas. Highs tomorrow, much warmer. We're going to be in the 70s across a good part of this region. And then, again, cold up to the north. Relatively warm, though, and kind of dry, too, other than that one system that's sliding through the south. And then across the west, relatively mild here, too. Those snow levels are high. I mean, look at the high temperatures. Even in the mountains will be in the 30s, maybe even into the 40s as we head into Friday. So that's why those snow levels are pretty high. A quick look at the wide pattern as we head through the week. This is a look at North America, and you can kind of see where the players are. You do have this low that's off the west coast. That's going to funnel that moisture right into the west. There's that sneaky system moving through the south. It's going to bring some rain showers mostly, but watch the northern edge of this into Virginia, maybe even, I don't know, Delaware. This thing tries to get going, but it's a little too late. The trough is set up here. It gets going off the coast, so this is not going to be a coastal storm. It's gone, but boy, it deepens off the northeast coast, pulling that cold air in. Another weak system bringing some light snow through the Great Lakes, and this kind of gives you an idea of the setup and what we're looking at across the west. You can see colder air moving in, so snow levels dropping in the Pacific Northwest, ridging building across the central U.S. with warmer southwest flow. In the northeast, we keep the northwest flow going, so it stays cold here. And then there's that big high just blocking things up across Greenland, and your polar vortex just sitting here spinning across the Hudson Bay. Around it, you got these pieces of energy that are going to rotate in. And the question is, can any of them develop surface low pressure out on the front end and get something big going? That is the European. The GFS, which has feedback problems, by the way, and usually does some pretty wild things, but let's let it go too. It's also sort of seeing that ridge here heading into the 6th and the 7th across the central U.S., but it also tries to get some big storms going sometime around the 9th and the 10th. Signals are there, folks. Watch the weather closely over the next week. More to come.